Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Chief Chat. There's no stream today. Just want to let you guys know. So don't worry about Twitch. Just get on in here. Oh, good. I see new faces, familiar faces. It's nice to see everyone again. How is your day? How is it going? All around me are familiar faces. Yes. Old songs. Welcome to, I don't know, 98.3 FM, where we play fabulous tunes and talk about Ember. Hey, the game world is a changing, man. Activision Blizzard
Oy vey.
sold for a numbling sum of what, $70 billion thereabouts, somewhere around there.
70 billion. I think it was technically 68 point something, but that's freaking 70. I don't know.
So now I guess I can put Microsoft on my resume. Actually, I feel good about it. I mean, as good as I can be. It's another AAA studio. It is what it is, right? Like you've got a studio plagued by scandals. Everyone's trying to force Bobby out, so Bobby's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just gonna sell it all, cash out, and go to some island somewhere. And so, Bobby's happy, and he gets the exit he wants at an unheard of price. The stock jumped. What'd they pay? 30% over the stock price? That's nuts. That is nuts. But you know what? That's more than they paid for Minecraft. Like 2.5 billion for Minecraft. Well, actually, no. I guess yeah. So if you multiply it out by the number of IPs, it's more than they paid Notch for Minecraft. That is crazy. And now everyone's saying, "Oh, there's going to be this huge consolidation wave. Sony's got to look at buying stuff. All these studios." And that might be true. That might be true. You could see a wave of consolidation through the industry. I think it's for gamers. I think it's your last hope for Blizzard games. Honestly, I think the studio is just so riddled with controversy, riddled with scandal, and you have such a talent drain there, and the only people left are pointing fingers at each other, basically trying to cover their ass because it's such a charged environment. No one's really thinking about making games at Blizzard. So this is a clean slate. Yeah. So mentally, it gives the studio a clean slate. But if I were Microsoft, I wouldn't even be that attached. I would be like, hey, if Blizzard doesn't turn it around and start shipping good games again in a year, I think we'll do a Halo on it. We'll just start a new studio around it and build the IP. Because if you looked at Diablo Resurrected, that was Vicarious Visions. That wasn't even Blizzard. Okay, the best thing that Blizzard has put out has been by a third party. And that's sad. That's really sad for a once great studio. So it can't be worse. I guess it could be. There's always a worse, but this is maybe the best hope that Blizzard has of returning to making great games and not being distracted by all the controversy and all the politics that are going on inside there. That's what I hear anyways. Internally, the politics are just killing the studio. But hey, I haven't been there in a long time. That's just what I hear on the grapevine. I don't know if it's true. Well, yeah, they did buy Skype, but I mean, they also bought, gosh, who makes Outer Worlds? I'm drawing a blank here. And they bought Black Isle too. I don't think I've seen anything from them yet, though. But who knows? This Obsidian, thank you. Yeah, they bought Obsidian. So this could be good. This could be good, but you're not going to know for a while. That's just the nature of it. I'm pretty sure Bobby's out. I think I saw some videos confirming he was out. The initial news said that he may step down at the end of it. He may not. And then now I think it's pretty much confirmed that he is. And that's what he wants to do. He wants to escape that attention, that limelight of controversy that's on him right now, and he just wants to bail. And he's done his thing in the industry. I don't know if you remember, but when he started Activision, it was a failing company. I guess he either bought the remnants of Activision or he turned it around. Um, Steve Wynn was his mentor, the big Vegas guy, and so he rebuilt Activision from ashes and into one of these, and then he bought Blizzard, right, one of these biggest game companies. So he's done. He's laughing all the way to the bank. He's like, you guys can hate me all you want, and plenty of people do, and for good reason. And so that's kind of maybe the bittersweet, is that he gets a big payday, he gets exactly what he wants, right off into the sunset, that sort of thing, and all the problems are not his anymore. Congratulations. For us gamers, we just got to hope that this means that Blizzard is no longer distracted, and that Microsoft is going to be like, hey, maybe you should make games again, and they'll get back to making games. I may, because it's completely new management, I may lift my personal ban on playing Blizzard games again. Of course, they got to have a good game for me to want to play. I won't go back to WoW right now, but if they did that, I might consider going back and playing Blizzard games again. It's been, how long have I boycotted them? 2 years now? Over 2 years? Yeah, a lot of people say they're going to boycott something and then they don't do it. I actually did, and and it's tough to do. It's really tough to do, but it was helped out a lot by some crappy updates that Blizzard made to their games. that made it a little easier. Of course, I couldn't play Diablo Resurrected, although I don't know if I don't know if I would, because I've played the original so many times when making it, so many times, that I just don't know if I could do it again. I don't know if I've got it in me. All right. We have some Ember news. Yes, this is not just a Blizzard podcast. We have some Ember news. Let's see. Well, a couple things going on. There is a bug list that the community team has put together, pulling community comments and bug reports together that Harry has been working through. We are working on Sihu AI 2.0, I'll call it, which is sort of like our attempt to make the Sihu much more interesting and integrate all the new animations into the system. And we're working on a build system. So I don't know if you know, but basically when you guys get a build, it's been Harry's local machine that has been making the builds, and sometimes that's very trying because he's on a different time zone, and if we need a build right before the launch of the demo, he's got to be up till 3-4 a.m. So having a dedicated machine, Emily's setting that up in AWS. It's not ready yet. We're still getting all that set up. It's a lot of work, but automated build servers are what we use on AAA games, things like that. There's a nightly build that gets kicked off automatically every night. And you just play the build the next day, and then if the build's broken, you go find whoever broke the build and you yell at them. Are we getting a launcher too? Please, Bammy asks. No launcher yet, although that is a good idea. And I have seen that, there's actually ways to build a launcher with Unreal. So that's something to look at. That's a good idea. We have enough versions out there that it really should be something we're looking at. So, will Microsoft buy Grumps? I don't think so. Oh, man. Tencent will. Do we have backup plans? I don't think AW is going to ban us, but there are other cloud servers out there. There's Azure. Azure is Microsoft's offering. I don't see any reason for them to ban us. We're a regular game. Yeah, we have, maybe some outfits that are a little bit on the risque side. Not that much though. We're not making anything that I think would give them pause. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Yeah, I'm Game Pass's ultimate perk. Xbox Game Pass for PC has been fantastic for myself and my family. That's something that I really enjoy. And Origin, that's a no-go. Origin's really been lame. I think Xbox Game Pass is the way to go. If you're looking at Game Passes, I highly recommend it. Great games on there. Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a fantastic game now. Came out with not a lot of content, not a lot to do, but is a fantastic, fantastic experience right now. Highly recommend that game. Played a bunch of it. Haven't played the new updates though. Looking forward to getting back into that.
Are you a
Oh, go ahead.
trustworthy? Are you a trustworthy pirate when you play?
Oh, heck no. I mean, I don't instigate anything. That's my son. He's captain of the ship, and he's very much a PvPer. And so when the chance comes along to plunder, we be a plundering.
Mini Grums is a cutthroat, confirmed. Excellent.
Yep. Mini Grums is take no prisoners. And Minier Grums, my other son, is definitely the cosmetic person of the group. All the ships, we never know what the ship's going to look like any given day.
I admit that's I find myself getting really into cosmetics when a game lets me. It's a whole thing. I get made fun of at home. It's terrible, but I enjoy it.
I love it. I love it. Speaking of cosmetics, we know you guys know we missed a month, an entire month. We didn't have a skin because we had massive snowstorms, and the artists working on the skins had power outages and things like that. So, you guys remember that the pictures from the snow and the downed trees and everything else, and it took like weeks to get power back. And he's doing fantastic now. Thank you for asking, Faye. They've got power. They're real. They're up in the not the mountains, I guess, but like away from civilization. So they've got to do their own stuff. There was no one coming to save them. So as a community, they got together and they started and they've done lumbering before, I guess. So they started chopping their own trees up. They started clearing the roads themselves. They were entirely self-sufficient, which is really impressive, I think. A lot of people talk about, hey, I could be self-sufficient, but to actually have to do it and to get through an emergency like that, okay, props to you, because that's the real McCoy right there. The only thing they needed to depend on was the power company, and the power company came through with them. There was, I guess, some emergency money was freed up, and they got extra crews on it, and they got the power up a little sooner than expected. But still, very, very impressive. Impressive. Terra's closing the MMO again. I thought it already exchanged hands at least once. I thought it closed more than once. How's Final Fantasy doing? Is it for sale yet again? It's just amazing that it hasn't been for sale for this long. And how are the queue times? Is it time for me to log back in? Because I do want to finish the story. The story is fantastic. I love JRPGs. You know that, my Twitter bio says Chrono Trigger is best game. I played so many of them in sort of like that golden retro era. And I love it so much. And Final Fantasy gives me that feeling. I definitely would like to put that into Ember as like a stretch goal. It's like, hey, if we could do story, I would love to do that. Have a storyline through the world. And if you look at A Realm Reborn, they did it very economically. All the cutscenes are in game, and they're just using emotes. There's no custom animations and stuff, and there's only partial voice acting. So I think for an indie studio like that, like us, I think it is possible to talk about story presented in that way, right? Obviously, there are cutscenes, but it's in-game models and stuff. It would require additional funding to do a storyline for Ember. But gosh, if I get one chance to make a JRPG, and maybe Ember's going to be that chance if we get the backing. I think that would be cool. Not I mean a total JRPG, obviously, but the storyline and kind of that vibe where there is and Firefall was supposed to have that. Firefall was supposed to have a strong storyline running through it. That I co-wrote with Orson Scott Card, and that was unfortunately never came to pass in its intended form. It got a different version that I don't think quite reflected what I wanted to see. But hey, they want to do their own thing, and they did. Okay, good for them. Chalk asked, speaking of cinematics, would it be possible to release the finished Omniframe or character models for community for animations? No, they are highly customized rigs and they're proprietary to us. So I don't think we'd like that out there. I think people will rip the models anyways. But like as far as our native Maya file with all our controls and things like that, that's probably too close of a peek under the hood, too close to the IP. I'm sure there'll be fan made stuff though with models that get ripped out of it. And I tend to like fan made stuff. I don't think that unless they're selling them or abusing them in some way or using them inappropriately, or maybe I don't know. Don't loot the kaiju. It's too late. Andy already looted the kaiju. Right. Oh, hey, I don't even have a copy of that. If anyone has looted kaiju, please send it back to me because I've lost track of looted kaiju. Or I should ask. I would ask Andy again, but he might draw another one. All right. So, the biggest thing we're working on this month, art wise, is probably the big crossover event that is coming up in 6 days. 6 days, there's going to be a major crossover event between two communities, the Ember community and is bigger than the Ember community. So I think this is going to be a very good crossover event. And this is our first crossover, and we're not even shipped yet when we're already having a crossover. But that is going to be, I think, pretty cool for bringing new eyeballs in. You guys might also be interested in this crossover because it is. Oh, what can I say without getting in trouble? It's kaiju related. I'll say that. So, but that's not going to give you enough to go on. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's happening very, very soon in 6 days. We might even be able to talk about it next Chief Chat. Is it? Let's see. Next Chief Chat is when? Oh, we will be able to talk about it. Next Chief Chat is the 27th, so we will be able to talk. Next week is crossover week. Okay, well that means I have more stuff to show you today because I was like, well, should I save one thing for next week? But no, we got plenty. Monster Hunter. No, we're not quite at the level yet where we're gonna do a Monster Hunter crossover. Please don't get that excited. Get like excited, but maybe like 10% of that excited. Can you do that? Can you dial it back? Just 10% of Monster Hunter excited? Yeah, that'll work. Near crossover, I would die. I would die if we did a near crossover. I would love to do that. I should ask him. I mean, Yokotaro follows me. I follow him. That means I could DM him, right? I've never actually done it, but that would be cool. That would be cool. I should totally ask him when we're ready.
Cry crossover?
Devil May Cry Dante.
I'm John. You want me to ask him? Never mind.
Oh, you got an in?
I have an in, but we don't really speak the same language, so our conversations are hilarious.
Well, I keep dancing around this, right? But I said in December we missed the skins, and so what did I promise? What did I promise you guys to make up for the fact that we missed the December skin? An extra skin. Very good. Very good. So we're actually going to be airdropping. Oh, I used an NFT term. Bad. Ooh. No.
Get in the paddle.
Oh no, I used an NFT term. Oh, Faye just sent me the looted kaiju. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Is it time to share it again? This is like the most ADHD Ember update, isn't it? Like I keep trying to get back to December and the two skins, and we keep getting interrupted. But here we go. Here's the looted kaiju. It's looted Crotus. And gender swapped Crotus. Oh, it's so wrong. All right, but we are going to be dropping some skins off to you folks who were subscribed in December. And I'd like to share that with you now. One is the first skin is actually a winter themed pet, a new pet, and we don't even have a name for it yet. All this stuff will be posted and distributed tomorrow. We'll drop these skins in, and I'll send out email as well. But I'll go ahead and share with you the artwork for that now. And this is a peerless grade pet, so you can like change the antlers, of course, the color schemes and all this stuff. Small little guy follows you around in your light frame, maybe rides on the shoulder of your medium omni frame. Yes, you have to be able to pet the snow wolf. Absolutely. Or snow fox, sorry, snow fox. You like it? Don't loot the snow fox. Andy, get out of here. Where are you? Yeah, I think that came out nice. And what are the blue balls behind the snow fox? This is another ploy, isn't it? HS003. 0003. I'm not falling for that. But you could change the bells. You can take them on and off or whatever. They're bells. I'll have your bells in a sling. What movie is that? You farging ice hole? Nobody knows the movie? Yes, Johnny Dangerously. White Tempura. Very good. Great movie. Classic comedy if you want to see an old comedy. So we have Snow Fox, and we are working on the name and the blurb for that this afternoon. And that will be distributed to all the peeps who were subscribed in December. We're sorry that we were late. We're so sorry, in fact, that we decided to make a second skin. A Markalope Blue Founder. That's bad. All right. We decided to create a second skin for December to make up for the fact that we missed December, because that was a natural disaster, but it's still our fault. Not the natural disaster. We didn't cause the snowstorm, but you know what I mean. And we said, well, what could we do that would be really cool for the for December as a makeup and for the upcoming year too? And we got to thinking, what year is it? What year is it? 2022. And what is that in the Chinese calendar? Year of the Year of the Tiger. Yep. Year of the Tiger. So we said we need a mount. We need a space tiger mount. And so here we go. This is the Ember tiger mount that folks in December are getting. And of course, it is a peerless skin. So it has you can change the little armor bits on it. You can change the colors. If you wanted a pink one, you could even have a pink one. You could change the shaders on the jewels, that sort of stuff. And this one's actually going to be delivered to all the subscribers in December, and we're also going to put it in the store for January for Year of the Tiger, Chinese Year of the Tiger. So the light frames ride these, and the characters ride them. You want a hog mount? That would be cool. Like the bike or the actual boar? Hey, Randy, there you are. Thank you very much. I was just saying what an incredible outdoorsman and survivalist you are, Randy, for getting through that snowstorm. Thank you for the epic mount and the snow fox under duress, under extreme conditions. And I know that when the crap hits the fan, I'm going to your place to ride it out. Because you have the skills. You have the skills, Randy. What is the conceit that allows fantasy mounts and mecha in the same world at war? Polaris, Ember is genetically seeded, right? So they're terraforming the planet. And then when the zone gets to a certain point, they do something that's like, kind of like the Genesis effect. They actually seed the entire zone, and then they do an accelerated growth period to kickstart an ecosystem in these zones. And these zones are seeded with both stuff that could have been dormant from Ember's past, as well as from the genetic libraries that the Gatestriders brought with them from the various planets that they've been on. And so this is the conceit that allows us to have these fantastic creatures as mounts in a mecha game. I hope that's enough hand-waving sci-fi for suspension of disbelief. Your mileage may vary depending on how hardcore you are in biology and physics. Proto matter. Spock's going to come back too. So one of these zones, it'll be like an Easter egg, maybe. You'll find Spock's capsule. Man, does anybody still remember that movie?
Of course.
Awesome. Okay, I don't feel so alone.
Come on.
So yeah, thanks to Randy, we have two wonderful, wonderful skins. We have a pet and we have a awesome mount. And is this only our second mount? We have the Renga, and now we have the Tiger. The bike is a mount, but that's kind of an exclusive thing. We don't do bikes in Ember anymore. So 3 mounts. Okay. All right, but we're not done yet. It is January, and another skin is due. And I was going to say this for next week, but since next week we're doing the crossover stuff, I think I can share this. And I think you guys are sick of waifu, right? You guys are so tired of the waifu. Yeah, just waifu fatigue. Way too much CSR. Wait, who said that? No. Oh, the cries of no, wait. We didn't really mean that. We didn't really mean that. We like the waifu. But it is time to share the love. It is time to do a male skin. And you guys were talking about, what game were you guys talking about earlier when I said we're going to do a crossover and you said it's going to be this, and I said no, dial it back maybe 10% of that. What game? Monster Hunter. Okay, Monster Hunter. And what can you do with cosmetics in Monster Hunter? Anybody? Bueller? Make monster parts into armor. Thank you, Mist. So we said, what if we sort of took that idea to Ember, and you could like take some kaiju bits and stuff, and you could like make your own sort of like sci-fi meets Monster Hunter type of look. And so that's the skin that will be dropping, I guess, tomorrow. We'll do all of this tomorrow. And we call it, we don't have a name for it yet, but it is the Trophy Hunter skin. And so you've got like bits of mini kaijus and things like this that are hung off of you. And this is the new male skin that will be for January. There are no eyes on the helm. Can you recognize which artist did this for us? I'll give you a hint. Believe it or not, same guy. Yep. Don't loot the Monster Hunter skin. All right, but don't worry. For those of you who missed the waifus will be back for Valentine's. Yes. CSR is doing a special Valentine's skin for February. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Yep, Andy's okay. He's doing well too. He's doing well. He's picking up some pretty big projects, and very glad to have him as a concept artist on the team. A Succubus skin, Zingo. Isn't that more Halloween though? Wouldn't that be more Halloween or spooky month? Maybe.
He actually did request it back then.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. It didn't happen. The Succubus was the first cosplay I ever saw for WoW. And it literally was before BlizzCon or anything else. Somebody had created a Succubus costume and sent it to Blizzard, and basically we like circulated that around the office. We're like, holy crap, people are dressing up as our characters, and what, a Succubus? Kind of spicy photo too. You wouldn't be able to circulate that around the office anymore these days. That was the first cosplay I saw of WoW, and I was like, we have a bright future ahead of us. Yeah, the Succubus in WoW was self-looting. Oh man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for next week. It is crossover week. I've been working on this since November on and off, and then the art team kind of went full bore on it the last week or two here. And talk about, working hard. One of the artists working on it is actually got married just just yesterday. And so was working. I was working all the way up to that. So that's a strong marriage. Let me just say that.
Grums is responsible for the earliest recorded divorce.
No, we will not. We won't speak it. We'll just say that maybe I won't be that popular with the wife, but but yeah, real trooper. But everyone's working on this thing. Toshi's working. Toshi had been working on it and is working on it. Toshi's been the longest on this crossover one. So like I said, the crossover I think is going to be for people to come take a look at Ember. All right. So will you guys be excited about the crossover? I will see. I think there's overlap. I think
some people are going to love it.
People who recognize it, and then everyone's going to know so much more about this. Plank waifu. Yeah. Dude, planking's a dead meme. Oh, you mean flat is justice plank. Okay. Valheim crossover. That'd be kind of weird. Norse mythology. So what do you guys think of the skins? That's 3 skins in one day. They looking good? Awesome. Especially the tiger. Tiger's the most popular, huh? Yeah, I think so. That's a lot of skin I'm showing. HS003 with the double entendres. You are responsible for a lot of them today in Cheap Chat. I see you. I see what you're doing. Yes, the mechs are important. But remember, Chalk, what I said at last Cheap Chat, we are doing Crotus first. Crotus is a huge focus, getting the armor, getting the textures. We are a kaiju game, and I think it's even more important now that there's rumors of an Armored Core, a new Armored Core coming out, open world Armored Core, not an MMO, but an open world sort of Armored Core. So we need something that puts us, in a category that's different from Armored Core. So mechs are important, but the kaiju's even more important to us now, I think. Yeah, there's no new leak information. They just said that it would be that there was like some marketing survey. You know where they grab you at a mall back when people used to go to malls and sit you down and say, "Would you like to earn $50?" And you just have to do this survey for it'll take 20 minutes. They did that. They showed them some concept art / screenshots, snippet of gameplay stuff. They were told it would be open world. They were told that it would be mechs, and they said, "Would you play this?" And a bunch of people got excited on Reddit, or not Reddit. I think it was NeoGAF that it broke on, that the rumor broke on. And then they posted the screenshots heavily edited because they were watermarked all the way back. No, Reddit was happy? Okay. Glad Reddit was happy. Reset Era. That's what it is, not NeoGAF. It's Reset Era. I never go there. They wouldn't let me on if I tried. Same thing. But yeah, that's exciting. So I think that's going to be really cool. I hope it's going to be really cool. Yeah, Warframe does have some giant creatures, but they don't really build them as kaiju, and they don't really talk about them as the focus of their game, right? So I think we're talking about kaiju, mecha, and not being afraid to have waifus in our game. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, Crotus is the focus, and then it's mech time. We started on the mechs. We built them up to a certain level, and then it's like, okay, let's pause. Let's get a kaiju done. So that's what's coming in. Coming in hot and heavy, kaiju. Kaiju signature, category 5. Will we see him in the demo? Yes. Yeah, Crotus is going to be in the movie, not the demo. He's not going to be playable. You won't be able to fight a kaiju in the demo. That's a little much. I mean, these are not simple boss battles. If you're talking about something of the size of that's taller than buildings, basically, and that's a complete level. The way we approach it is we think of Crotus as a level, not a boss monster. That's what we have to deal with because of how big they are. You got to think about it that way. Will you be able to fight enemies in the demo? Mark, I don't understand. We have resources. We have thumpers. We have call downs. We have fighting against Sihu. So you're already fighting against enemies. I think I showed you guys the Em8er art and previews for all that stuff. So that's happening too. I liked the last Cheap Chat when I mentioned the crossover. Someone said Raid Shadow Legends. Yes. And NordVPN. I love those memes. Zingo, yes, I should play the latest PlanetSide 2 update. You know, I have a backlog of games, and this Christmas we actually got a PS5 in the family. So I was watching Spider-Man Miles Morales. What do they call it? Spider-Man. I don't even know the name of the game. Which one it is. I never played them before. But I was watching my son play them. I was like, that looks so good. Thanks, Randy. It was a chore to score a PS5. I had to camp a Discord for stock alerts. And when one popped up, and I didn't want to buy one of these bundles from GameStop that just charge too much and bundle in crappy chargers and third-party crap and the worst games. Didn't want that. So that was really hard. It took a long time to score a PS5. But now they seem to be much more available right after Christmas. Supply seems to be up. No hitboxes, only animations. Oh, Mark, I don't know. It looked pretty good. I didn't play it. I just watched my son play it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It looked really cool. You know, it's the grappling mechanic. I think that's the in thing now, right? Halo's got grappling. Spider-Man kind of has grappling because you can fire the webs and vault yourself around the combat area. And And of course, Valkyrie in Apex Legends. I think grappling as a meta is very popular right now. Yeah, Randy, it's hard to get a graphics card, but you can get them. And there is a Discord you can follow. And if you do follow it religiously, there's stock drop alerts and things like this. And you can go click on the links to the store, and that's your best shot of finding a graphics card. And just as a service to the community, I'm going to post it here just because it really has been invaluable. Like when we need a graphics card or something, this is what we're going to use. So let me give him some love here because I'm very grateful. It's the least I can do. It's absolutely free. But if you go to this server that has a lot of real time stock drops, and I found it to be highly reliable. And for some things like the AMD queues, for those of you queuing for AMD CPUs, they have software that I guess automates the queue. It's called Queue Buster, and you can already you can grab it if you're after an AMD CPU. I would like to say that we don't have to worry about that, but AMD doesn't send us hardware anymore. They're like we're too busy fulfilling demand. We don't get hardware from these guys anymore. Oh, you got a 3080 Shikuteshi? That's awesome. Oh, but you don't need it. Oh, did you give it to a friend? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to upgrade from the 2070 Super I have now until there are new PC builds with the new AMD chips. Now, AMD tells us nothing. AMD tells nobody nothing. Everyone's tight-lipped now. You can get better news just following YouTubers. I don't think as devs we even follow the tech updates. Like they'll be like, "Hey, we could give you a tech update." We're like, "No, thanks. We got it off YouTube." Oh, you didn't get the card, Shikuteshi? That's too bad. But yeah, that Discord server is the real deal. I've used it a lot, obviously hunting down this PS5 amongst and graphics cards. So yeah, I want to get a 4080. So probably end of the year when they ship new PCs. We've been using Zydax PCs. AMD sent us some Zydax PCs a while ago. This is pre-pandemic or just at the cusp of pandemic, maybe. So the only way I figured we could get a 4080 is if we buy it with a machine. So the idea is that when the machines become available, go ahead and call up our friends at Zydax. I've talked to the CEO. We got introduced by AMD. So we'd like to order a Zydax machine. We'd like a 4080 and then those fancy new AMD CPUs and DDR5, all that stuff. So that's like end of year. It's way in the future. What we got now is fine. We got plenty now. But yeah, that's my strategy for a 4080 is not to try to get the card, but to just order it in a PC. Oh man, there is some exciting technology coming for games too. There's AI voiceover stuff now that's actually shipped with a game. I think what game announced it? Tor Frick worked on this game. It's a cyberpunk game, isometric, kind of like Diablo, but cyberpunk. And they just added voice acting to the entire game using this AI technology. And it doesn't sound like Siri or Cortana. It actually sounds like real voice acting. I don't remember the name. I don't play it. I only know the dev who worked on it. But it's you see ads for it here and there. They got kind of promoted, but they have AI voice work that's actually it's impressed me. Oh, and if you follow that Discord server, by the way, the prices are um, not scalping prices; they are MSRP pricing. So they do things like they alert you when there's Best Buy drops. They alert you when um, the next round of EVGA. They alert you to tons of stuff, and so I highly recommend it. It's been a really good one. So yeah, I think so. I don't know if you saw me tweet about that, but I advise voice actors to when they lend their voices to these AIs, when they seed them, to go ahead and get paid in shares. Say, hey, yeah, you can pay me a little cash, but I'll take a little bit less cash if I get a couple shares of the company. And make sure you get a royalty agreement on that too, because it's going to get to the point where you don't even need voice actors to seed voices anymore. So, and that day is coming very, 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 very soon. I mean, it's sad to see an industry shift, but hey, this happened to newspapers when the web came around, right? Technology comes in, and you adapt or you don't. And I think and I am advising voice actors to adapt. Well, please ban me. They can get a cut, but what I'm saying is that even that's going to go away. They're not even going to need a cut anymore because the AI voices will be generated. Have you seen that website that says this is not a real person and they look like photographs of people and you can't tell? Like, for the most part, you can get some really goofy ones too. You can just randomly, but it's going to come to the point where, as a developer, I'll be like, I'll literally type an English sentence, and GPT-3 is going to interpret it for me, and it's going to feed into a neural network, and I'll say, I want a gruff voice, a man in his 40s who smoked too many cigarettes, and it's all film noir. And, hard boiled detective. Give me that. And the AI will just spit out 10 voices that are like that and say, well, do you like any of these? And I'll be like, I like that one. And they'll be like, okay, give me some more variations of this guy. I like that guy. And that's the way it's going to be. And it's not even, the voice actor is not even going to have to supply the initial voice anymore. It's just not going to be. And that day's coming, really, really fast. So I think voice actors need to adapt, unfortunately. And if they can get in on the ground floor of these companies and get some stock, that's the best way. I would cash out of that business and transition. Mm. Well, Sai, they got emotion now too. It's gotten really sophisticated. I wish I could remember this game. And I went to this. They did a press release, say, "Hey, we're using AI voices by this company." And I went there, and I was like, "They got it now. It's really close." Oh yeah, in Roadrunner, they used AI to give him lines he never said. Yeah. AI generated stuff is cheap, Mark. Cheap and plentiful. The Ascent, Zingo got it. The Ascent, that's the game. Check out the voices in The Ascent. Oh, who was it? Who was it, Zingo? Let's give credit where credit is due. Who said The Ascent? Well, let me know. Let me know in chat. Atreon said it earlier. Okay. Atreon, it might have been you. Sam Hughes. But yeah, check out The Ascent and find the press release. And it'll link to the website that has these AI voices. And right now, I think they're seeded. I think they're actually based off a voice actor. But like I said, the day will come. And I'm not talking about 10 years, folks. I think voice acting is a industry that will be radically transformed by AI in 3 years or less. 3 years or less. That's how fast we're talking. Oh, voice actor Sam Hughes, who voiced 800 new lines of dialogue for The Ascent, said, "Hearing someone else acting like me, literally with my performance, will forever be one of the coolest and most bizarre experiences I've ever had." Well, Sam, that's great that you're impressed, but it's also time to get in on get some stock and cash out. Cash out of the voice acting business over the next 5 years. Get ready. So I wonder when they'll update Cortana and Siri, because those voices feel a little dated to me now.
I'm not sure I understand.
Siri just responded on the iPad. Not talking about you. Yep. Always listening. Oh, really? Does that work, Zingo? Hey, Siri. What does the fox say?
Ring ding 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 ginger ding.
Oh my god.
I'm glad the wiretap amuses you.
Allura posts audio phone ring. Hey, boss, you got a call. Does anyone still use ringtones or audio alerts that are custom? You do? Okay, I don't. I just use all the defaults. Yeah, but maybe they'll have emotional content now. So your phone will yell at you. Oh, speaking of Titanfall, for those of you who've been trying to play Titanfall and been bummed by all the DDoS attacks, I hear that the new server, fan-made server stuff is really cool. North Star, yep. So if it might be time to get back into that. Oh, you guys have been playing it. Okay. Is it for Titanfall 1 or Titanfall 2? 2. Okay. Because they brought down the servers for Titanfall 1, I think. Like the official servers. I think those are gone. Oh, how is Microsoft going to react to the private WoW servers? Probably no different than how Blizzard reacted. Like shut them down, send nasty letters, all that stuff. I mean, Blizzard always did. Blizzard's always been litigious about that stuff. Even when I was there. Mike was like, we got to shut it down. And it was maybe me and Joe Rumsey, the server programmer for WoW, was like, why we got to shut it down? It's kind of cool. Will Microsoft support WoW? Yes, they will support WoW. I mean, they did a lot for Minecraft. I don't know if you played Minecraft lately, but people are enjoying the updates that Microsoft's been doing to that. Microsoft can do good. What's the line from Star Wars? It's like, I can still see the good inside of you or something. They're not all evil. Google's completely evil. They took their motto and inverted it.
Google was always a fed up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Wasn't Google backed by the NSA or CIA or something?
Yeah, CIA funded them at the start.
Apple is completely evil too. Yeah, they're getting to be that way. There's no getting around these products, man. Our lives are chained to these things now. It's too late. The only hope is to go to Mars. Elon Musk will found his own country. And there will be Neko maids for everyone. As long as he brings Starlink. Can you imagine the latency from Mars to Earth trying to play your games? No, he's bringing all the game developers on one of the first ships over because he has to have his games. He's a huge gamer. He'll be like, I need servers on Mars. And I'll be there. I'll be there with like bells on. I'll be like, I I volunteer as tribute. All right, folks, top of the hour here. I am going to keep this a shorter cheap chat. So let's recap, shall we? Next week, the big crossover event. And this I want the community to act as a welcome beacon for the people who are going to be coming over to our Discord server and everything else. Remember, this crossover event is really to get new people into Ember. It's less for us, I think, but I could be totally wrong. You guys could be like, holy crap, this is cool. I totally want to get into this. But I suspect we're going to see a lot of new faces, and I could really use the community's help on the 27th on that chief chat to welcome these new people, to bring them into the fold, basically, and you know, and just yeah, be excited for them. They're getting something that they want. We're getting something that we want. And I think that'll be good. So next week will be hopefully a lot of fresh faces in Discord. I hope to see like 10, 20 people at least popping in here, maybe more. And over the course of the week and the weeks following that, I think you'll see more and more new faces into Discord if we do this right. And that's the goal, folks. We want to it's not Subverse. It's not Subverse. And I want you guys to do what you do best. You guys already know how to do this. You guys are the best community around. So next week, gird your loins, for there be newcomers in town. No NFTs involved. And let's see. We have in December, this will be distributed to people's inventory subscribers who were subscribed during the month of December will get the Snow Fox pet. And this is, of course, going to be a peerless grade pet with lots of customization. And, of course, we're getting the mount as well, the tiger mount for Ember. Also peerless and customizable in many ways. And thanks to Randy for quickly getting these done. Having worked through a blizzard and everything else, and survived a snowstorm and falling trees and part of his house collapsing. So definitely kudos to Randy for that, and for being a self-sufficient. You embody the spirit of the Gate Striders, Randy. Randy, the Gate Striders are definitely self-sufficient. Tan stealth type of people. They're on a harsh winter planet, and they're carving out a life for themselves from the very land. So yeah, Randy, you are the real Gate Strider today. Thank you. Of course, we have another skin coming. We have a male skin that's also dropping tomorrow. These will all be up on the website. There'll be an email about it tomorrow, and there's going to be the tiger mount is going to appear in the general store as well. So for those of you who are not subscribers who'd like to pick up the tiger mount, you can go ahead and do that. Look at those abs. Mark, the Kickstarter is not almost ready. That's why we're putting together a roadmap. So there'll be updates on that coming up. All right, everybody. Thank you again for a wonderful Chief Chat. It's been energizing. I am very excited. I've been excited. I've literally woken up in the middle of the night with like ideas for like Ember. Right? So I've been getting really excited. Oh, Giga, you want to do the raffle, Giga? You want to end on a raffle? But I could. No, let's save it for the crossover event. We got new people coming in next week. Let's get some raffles going for them. So maybe we can get some people in here. Let's save it for that. I think that's going to be a big event for us. I'm going to try to get that tightly coordinated. We have very little time left, only 6 days. And in fact, all the art has to be done in 4 days. So we're racing on that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Who are we crossing again? Very nice. No, we're not telling you. All will be revealed next week. I see what you did there. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I will see you next week for the big crossover event. And remember, be very welcoming. Let's try to get these new folks excited about Ember. This is I think, a good plug for us. And I think it's going to be interesting for the community too. I think you guys will enjoy it too. All right, everybody. Take care and see you next week for the big chief chat then. All righty? All right. Bye, everyone.